Good evening. Tonight we are talking about the environment. Global warming. As you can see, the last few days there have been people protesting across London, and if you think that wasn't bad, well, tonight in Orkney in Scotland, there has been wildfires going on, and it will take 2 to 3 days to put it out. This is like impact that there's wildfires happening, and because of global warming. Now the government needs to do something about this global warming, definitely, because the temperatures are increasing. Scientists has warned us. Thank you. Global warming also, I don't know, the the plates underneath, um, the people get earthquakes. Countries, you you know, it's got to be probably something to do with the weather as well, isn't it? The plates, metal plates underneath, in uh, apparently the Philippines had an earthquake. Other countries has had earthquake. Um, now in South Africa, there's been in the last few months. There's been like really bad flooding, and it closed the community off. Um, just happened. That's flooded. So the weather in any part of the world is changed, and it's all to do with this global warming. In Australia, probably the weather can get really extreme. Not just the UK, but across the board of the world. And then that you can get really extreme weather. Like in, for instance, we don't get it here in Great Britain, but in parts of probably Canada and America, they can get really bad weather, like a polar vortex, and it could be really cold. Now, we was debating, is that normal weather? This polar, this polar vortex, and it is purely down to uh, global warming. It's to do with the change of weather. It's not normal weather. Maybe if you ask a local person in America, is it normal to have this kind of weather? Do you get it every year for years, or has this been changed? You need to think about it. Hey, there's another few things to say. Um, if make sure your house is not on the flood line. Um, so some houses could be on the flood line and could get their houses very flooded. Obviously, when it's really bad weather, it can get out of control. And some summers we get flooded. And we're supposed to be having summer, and sometimes we have really weird weather. And this could be, you know, the weather is not normal. As you can see, that probably winter could be like very warm, and summer could be very hot, very hot. And in some reason, some degree. If it gets too hot, you can't work in those conditions. And even probably trying to walk in that conditions, the pavements are going to be too hot to walk on. So, hello. So, how can we all help the environment? If you live in a safe area and is safe to walk and it's a walkable distance, to start with, walk your kids to school instead of using the car. That is number one. Uh, number two, turn your heating down. If you're not using your heating, turn it down. There's no need to put your heating on if it's really hot day, only in when it gets cold. There's another thing. Turn your hot water off when not needed. And there could be a lot more things we could say, you know.